Hey everybody, welcome. My name's Alec, and today I'm going to talk about the top 7 mistakes that people make when working with the law of attraction. And this, like everything I'm sharing on this channel, is from personal experience. I'm constantly doing self-experimentation, working with these concepts, and also observing the lives of the people around me. You can learn a lot from observing people and from self-reflection. So let me get into these mistakes. Pretty much all of these I have made myself, and I'm going to share this video to help you to avoid some of these things and to get to faster manifestation. So number 1 is a complete selfish focus. Now, this is one of the biggest misconceptions about the law of attraction, is that it is simply a tool that you use to get what you want. It's all about the selfish fulfillment of your desires. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong at all with fulfilling your desires. And in fact, I think it's one of the best things that you can do. But there's a difference between fulfilling your desires for the sake of some sort of hedonic pleasure, or fulfilling your desires from a place of love and service. Specifically, I believe, when you start to work with the law of attraction with the intention of being an instrument of the higher power of your choice. So, your God, your spirit, whatever you want to refer to this power as, is working through your hands, through your body and your mind and your spirit. And when you come to this place of being an instrument for that higher power, everything changes. Everything changes. And this is, in my opinion, the most powerful shift. If you take nothing else from this video, take this. Because to become an instrument for a higher power is the most empowering thing that you can do. It means all of a sudden it's not simply you pushing and grinding away, but you have the force of infinite potential. The energy that creates worlds is working, moving to you and through you at all times. And understanding this as you're creating is going to absolutely change everything. It's going to change how you create. It's going to change your entire life once you start to do this. So that is number one, absolute most important tip that I have. And I'm constantly bringing it back to that focus in my own life, because it's easy to forget. It's easy to get wrapped up in our sort of surface level desires. All right, so number 2 is full identification with your body and your mind. So this is kind of an extension of number 1. What I mean when I say full identification with your body and your mind is you're not identifying with your infinite self. So you are in fact pure awareness. You are spirit. You are source energy experiencing itself through the vehicle of a body and a mind. And this shift in perspective really changes how you see the challenges and the issues of your day-to-day life. It also makes manifestation a lot easier, this shift in perspective. So you're not your thoughts. You're not your body. When you start to look at it like this, you can observe the experiences that your body and that your mind are having from the perspective of infinite awareness. And this makes it so it's a lot more like watching a movie than it is like being in the drama. So you're observing this play, you're observing this movie, and from that place of infinite awareness, of source consciousness, your creative powers are multiplied endlessly. This is a completely different perspective. So moving that perspective is number two, pretty much an extension of number one. Number three is not deeply knowing yourself. It's really easy to get wrapped up in seeing what somebody else has, seeing what somebody else has created, and thinking that, oh, that looks really fun, that looks really cool, that's what I want. It's also really easy to let the people around you influence you with what they want for your life. This is a very common issue with uh, spouses, partners, and with parents. Parents, don't try and control every aspect of your children's lives. You can't do it, and if you try, you're going to make them bitter, you're going to make them push you away, and you're going to make their lives a lot harder because they're wasting their energy trying to fulfill your desires for what you think their life should look like. So cut it out. Stop doing that, will you? I know, I'm a young parent. My girl's 2 years old, so I haven't even seen the full spectrum of what this is going to be like as she grows older. I know she's going to want to do lots of different things that I don't necessarily think are a good idea. Um, but I also understand that she is her own person. She's the creator, the driver of her own life and her own experience. So I'm going to do my best to guide her and keep her safe while she is unfolding the creation of her life. All right, so that's number three, which is the solution to this is to really get to know yourself, deeply, and understand what type of life do I truly want to create. Not what does society want from me? What do my parents want from me? What does my spouse want from me? Blah blah blah. It's all external. Um, it starts from the inside out. Okay, starts from the inside out. So getting to know yourself. That's the greatest gift you can give yourself. All right, number four is inaction. This is one of the most common misconceptions about the law of attraction, is that it is simply about laying around, wishing and dreaming, hoping for things that you have envisioned to come into your life magically without you doing anything. It's not going to happen like that. It just doesn't work like that. Even, for instance, meditation is action. Meditation is action, and it can be a really, really useful manifestation tool to meditate. But action is the vehicle that we use to move closer to the manifestation of our vision. So aligned action is absolutely an essential piece for manifestation. Number five is external focus. I touched on this one a little bit already, but manifestation works from the inside out. So you're creating the experience of your life by what is going on inside of you. That's how you shape your perception of the external world, and through the continual unfoldment of this, you are shaping the experiences of your lifetime. So that's the only way you can control it. Only that way that we can manifest is here, right here in the present moment, in our bodies, in present time. So stop looking for something external to come along and change your destiny. It can happen sometimes. There are external forces, but even those forces we are attracting with our vibration, with our internal selves. All right, so number six is lack of heart-brain coherence. So the heart and the brain working together are incredibly powerful tools for manifestation. They can bring about things beyond our wildest dreams. So here's some information from Greg Braden, somebody who I'd recommend looking up if you want to get deeper into this heart-brain coherence. He came from a scientific materialist background and slowly came around to this perspective of studying spiritual concepts through a empirical scientific lens. He's done some really interesting work, and he talks a lot about heart-brain coherence. One thing he talks about is how the brain, or the heart, is roughly 60 times stronger than the brain electrically and 5,000 times stronger than it magnetically. Not totally sure if I got those numbers right, but what's important is the concept, is that if your brain thinks you want something and your heart is not in it, you're probably not going to get it. Or if you get it, you're not going to be happy with it. And this is something that I found out the hard way by basically trying to convince myself that I want something, using all the other manifestation tools I had, doing affirmations and doing visualization and yada, 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 only to find that deeply my heart was not in it. And if your heart is not in it, as I said, it's probably not going to come to pass. If it does, you're not going to be happy with it. So make sure you have that alignment and really get clear within yourself, not just within your brain, but within your heart. This goes back to one of the earlier ones, which is if it's somebody else's manifestation that you are trying to create, your heart's probably not going to be in it. So getting really clear about that, knowing yourself, getting into that heart-brain coherence alignment is an extremely powerful way to create intentional manifestations. Finally, number 7, this is giving up too soon. This is something that I see really commonly with people when they're trying to manifest. And again, something that I've seen in my life, which is that there's a delay principle when working with the law of attraction and manifestation. And this says that our actions and our vibration does not have an immediate, well, we can have an immediate change on how we feel, but the external results take some time. It takes some time for reality to rearrange itself in response to the vibration that you're transmitting. So if you just start working with the law of attraction and work with it for a couple weeks or a couple months, whatever, and then you say, oh, it's not working, I'm not getting what I want, it's not going to work, you have changed your vibration. You're basically like, you're switching off that manifestation. You're canceling it out, canceling your order. So the antidote to this is to make a decision that it will come to pass. Whatever it is, it will come to pass in divine order with divine timing. And so if you maintain your focus, if you maintain your consistent action, if you maintain your dedication to bringing this vision to pass, it will come to pass. The only way that you can cancel it out is by giving up, by saying it's not working, by saying, oh, I guess it's not for me, yada, yada, yada. That's how you cancel out your manifestation. So remember, there's always a delay when working with these principles. Some of my biggest manifestations that I've done in the last couple of years have taken years to unfold. Years to unfold. And sometimes something will come into your life that you think is what you were asking for, and it won't be. Like, for instance, when I was manifesting a partner, I manifested a couple different people who I was like, oh, wow, is this her? Is this her? And we basically fell in love and then realized our lack of alignment. And so if that had happened, if I had seen that experience and been like, oh, well, I guess I'm not going to have love then. I guess I'm not going to have a partner and a wife and somebody to raise a family with. If I had taken that experience of almost and turn that into a sign that she wasn't coming, she never would have come. She never would have shown up. Instead, I thought, okay, well, I learned something from that. I learned what I want and what I don't want. I learned maybe I'm not quite exactly ready, or I wasn't exactly ready in that moment. And I stayed committed. I stayed focused on that goal, even after those experiences of disappointment. So that is one of the hardest things with working with the law of attraction, is that when reality doesn't appear to be responding to all this stuff that we're doing, it's really easy to change course and to give up and to say it's not working. So my message to you here with this last one is stay the course. Stay focused on what it is you are creating, because it will manifest in divine order with divine timing. All right, so going to do a quick recap on these. Number one is a complete selfish focus. Remember, to become an instrument of your higher power, become an instrument of source energy, of infinite intelligence. Number two is full identification with your body and your mind. Remember, you are not your body, you are not your mind. You are source energy, experiencing itself through the vehicle of a body. All right, number three is not knowing yourself deeply. So, to know ourselves deeply is one of the best, most important manifestation tools. Don't get caught up in trying to fulfill everybody else's desires, trying to make everybody else happy. It will not work, and you will make yourself miserable in the process. Know yourself. All right, number four is inaction. Remember, law of attraction is not simply about laying around wishing and dreaming for everything that you want. Law of attraction is nothing without action. That's a Tony Robbins saying, I believe. Shout out to Tony. All right, so number five, external focus. This is allowing the circumstances of our external world to dictate our internal reality. That is to do it exactly backwards. This is a process of creation that we are doing from the inside out. All right, number seven is the lack of heart-brain coherence. So the most powerful way we can manifest is to have our heart and brain in alignment, to be working with not simply those tools, but also with source energy, with infinite intelligence. Nothing can stop you if you're on that path. Nothing can stop you. That is an incredibly powerful place to be creating from. And all right, number seven, finally, don't give up too soon. There is always a delay principle in operation, and the actions that we're taking, the vibrations that we're offering, do take time to bring about the circumstances that we are manifesting. So stay focused, stay dedicated, and it will come to pass in divine order with divine timing. And that one is a shout out to Dr. Joseph Murphy. Highly recommend checking out his books and his speeches. He's been a really inspiring presence in my life, especially when it comes to doing this work of manifestation, working with the law of attraction. All right, so that's everything. That's the top 7 mistakes to avoid. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a like, a comment, and or subscribe to my channel. It helps me to reach more people, and it helps me to reach you. Finally, I've got a book on this subject. It is on loveattraction.info. It's specifically about manifesting a certain person into your life, manifesting your partner. So if you're interested in doing that work, that book is on loveattraction.info. The concepts within it are very helpful for anything that you want to manifest. So it's not just about partnership. It can be useful if you're already in a partnership too, because even once you're in a partnership, you're still creating that relationship continuously. And that's another subject, but that's that's another thing that people tend to kind of allow their relationships to fall apart because they stop intentionally creating it. They're like, well, I created this relationship. Why isn't it driving itself? But yeah, tangent. Finally, if you want to see my, I keep saying finally this and finally that. If you want to see my visual art, it's on www.narwhal.com. That's GNARWHAL. It's on that website and on my Instagram at AlecFallHamilton. And I am teaching courses on this material. So if you want to manifest a partner, or if you want to just practice using the law of attraction techniques in your life, whatever it is you like to manifest, you want to work with a group of people who are doing this and attend live classes, that's what I'm offering. So send me a message, reach out to me, and I'll get you more information on those classes. That's it for today, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next round. Peace.